All right, Mr. Barrett, how you do?
Great man, great. What's going on, man?
Good day, man. Bless up, my brother. Good to hear from the eye. Mm,
Likewise, man. Likewise, huh?
definitely. Honestly, I must just get right into it. Listen, yo, musically, you got it. You got it. I see the man sing, DJ, sing J, produce, 10 yards and everything. And speaking of that, let's go back to the beginning. When did you believe you got your musical calling?
It's a good
I know, right?
question. Because I've always been playing music, man. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say
Mhm.
I have a date where I can put a stamp of approval of when I started. As far as I can remember, I was always playing music. But I was beating the tables, the pots, and the pans, you know? Yeah, man. Every institution
Exactly.
I've been a part of, it's one thing they can always remember me for is the music, it's hype. So, yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good. And you know, we learn through ABCD, which is music.
Yeah, man. That is it, man. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Now, vocals, with your vocals, I know you say you're a voice trainer. Is that true?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, good, good. We're gonna come back to that, but I just want to talk about your vocals right now. So when did you start singing?
As I said, it's the same thing, I was singing from I was very small.
Okay.
I mean, I used to sing in school, sing at like the choral festivals, all of them JCDC festivals, sing in church, you know what I mean, on the choir, everything, you know what I mean.
Thank you.
So I was always singing. The bathroom,
Okay.
wherever, man. Music was always running through the veins, you know what I mean?
All right, good. Okay. So when did you start saying, you wanna make a record? When was your describe your first studio experience?
Well, I was always in the studio because I was like building beats for other producers, just building the beats for them and thing. And
Mhm.
I remember I did a song once called No More Killing years ago. And I don't remember what year that was.
Okay.
And I built a beat and I ended up singing on the track as well. Somewhere there on YouTube. I don't know how far they had put that music, but it was out there for a while. And then I remember I was working with a dude, Arif Butler,
Mhm.
and he had me build a beat for him, and we were voicing some artists on it. And he's like, "Bro, you sing? Why not sing a song on the beat?" So I went out in the hallway and I penned the song all along with Stay Away. So if you search on YouTube, you'd find the original version of the song. So that song I recorded my biological father's song on that track as well with a song called More Money, which I'm fixing up to release again. Re-release. He passed away in 2017. Nigga Crabbit. The Maca Diamond and them people know Nigga Crabbit, man.
Okay.
Because I used to flex, in the streets. But like, um I get bigger up on the life earlier on. Maca
Yeah.
Diamond, big up yourself.
Yeah.
Um yeah, man. So my dad voiced on it, I voiced on it, and a few other artists, and that's how the first song came about. And then I started doing some more projects behind the scene, but I didn't take the singing very serious until about 2022. We
Okay.
about decided, you know what, I'd part ways with one of the bands that the band that I was working with, and I'm saying, I have the talent, why not push it out there?
Gotcha.
So I decided to re-record this song, and I was putting out some instrumental as well. So I did the compilation with Retro Vibe Rhythm, which has me on it doing Get My Own. I have Sing the Red Voice doing War Me, and Azad Pashgad doing Stop It.
Hmm.
And yeah, I pushed that out, and I did an instrumental called North Coast. Pushed that out as well, and then yeah, in I think it was the 16th of October was the original release date. I released How Long Will You Stay Away, and hopefully in a few weeks from now I'll be putting out another stamp with Sunrise.
Okay. Good. You have to because all your music, everything is arranged lovely. Well, let me stay on the vocals. One more question I want to ask the eye. Of course, it's singing, but DJing. I see you DJ very, very well. So were you just straight singing first? Like, when did you start DJ, or like really it just came naturally at the same time?
It's like the arts, I think
Okay.
overall it's in me. So whatever drive comes, it will come out. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. And
Yeah,
it's coming out very well. Trust me, man. Because I DJ a little bit myself. When I hear the man, yo, God.
yeah, man. That is it, Daddy Reddss. I know the thing already, so I try to put it out there.
Exactly, which is right. Now, tell us some of the obstacles that someone who's trying to get into the industry, what they should expect from your perspective.
Yeah, I would say overall it's not an overnight thing. It's a lot of work,
Yep.
and it's a costly business to get into. Let me just say that I gonna hit that nail on the head. Right? It's a very costly industry to get into. No matter all the big songs you see out there, unless it's for, say for example, like Luck by our chance, a song is playing and the right person hear it, and it goes viral. You have to spend some serious money on marketing to get your music out there, to get your music heard by the right people. Yeah, it's a lot of spending. Um, know what is going on, know the trends that are going on, and try to find a niche in there and put out what people want to hear. You know what I mean? And my thing is try to put out music that will live on, You have some music that come out nowadays is like, as the music said, bamboo fire, blaze up today and tomorrow gone. Try and find something that will live forever. That's why I choose the genre that I choose, reggae. You know what I mean? So, um, find a network of people that is willing to work with you and help you to push forward. You know what I mean? Yeah, making the right connections will definitely do it for you. You know what I mean?
Of course. Now, there's something that you and we did reason earlier on off air, but another pitfall in the industry is like choosing proper distributors for the music, and what do they do or don't do for artists, and
Yeah.
some lights on, yeah, some of your experience with different distributors. Like, I'm not gonna mention their names, but you know what I'm talking about. You can mention.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna mention any names either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in recent times, one of the streaming platforms, to be honest,
Mm.
practically reported my song, saying that that there were robots playing some of my music, songs that I never even promoted. And I'm guessing because I was pushing the how long will you stay away. I guess once persons click on and they watch that video or listen to that song, they eventually listen to the other songs. So now they're saying that the streams are going too fast. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, if people are listening to the other song and comes on the platform, they're gonna automatically want to listen more about this person. So now they end up taking out 4 of my songs. Well, I'll be putting them back shortly after, but probably to a different distributor. But yeah, it's a very corrupt game. If you're not spending with some of these platforms, it's like they want to, not I wouldn't say blacklist you, but they try to hold you back a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, but you still can't give up. It's the main thing. If you really take this thing serious, you can't give up. And if you're looking to see money right away, it's when I look at what I got in my account a
Yeah.
few days ago from Soki, and I had to laugh. I think I shared it with you. I'm like,
Yeah.
peanuts
Mine.
compared to what we spend. You know what I mean?
And then you're
But
about the same.
should I give up? No. You know what I mean? So I keep pushing, same way, hoping the right persons at the right time will hear my music and just not only appreciate it but push it out there that the right feel of people can hear it. So my songs can become a household name out there. You know what I mean? A man hear the name Corden Barrett and say, yeah, the Heavy Unit, yeah, the Heavy Unit Productions. I know the people. I want even when I pass and gone, my legacy must live on. Man must say, yeah, man, I know that you're from Spanish Town. Yeah, man, I see you there. Produce some tracks I know, or sing some songs I know, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I think. I want to leave my mark in this earth.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
definitely, which is right. And speaking of leaving the mark, what they say, music is really a pension scheme when you do music. See, I call music is what lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? The disposable thing, I'm not talking about that. But when somebody's doing music, that's your pension scheme. Like if you don't want to do road or be in the studio or even be in the industry, at least you know you got it coming back and back and back. So I agree 100%. It is very important for anybody associated with music to just do true music that's always going to live on and not a bag of hype and thing like that. Because like you mentioned earlier with the streaming thing, usually these places they deal with a popularity contest. And honestly, think about it. Somebody can drop an album like Mr. or Mrs. Popular right now, and then they say, "Yo, in one day, so and so got 1 million or 3 million streams." So how what you was streaming went too fast? You see, a
Yeah,
sites.
you know what I mean? It sucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's all a game. And I would say, you know what, one thing I forgot to say,
Mm.
learn the business of the music. You know, learn the business of the music, the legal side of the music, how to put your music out there. You know, the different platforms that you have to be signed up with to even collect your royalties, whether mechanical or whatever. Learn the industry, spend some money and go and learn. And
Yeah.
even if you don't have the money to spend, click on, you know, the popular platform you can click on. Everybody share things up on that platform. They go and search. Information is there. It's information technology right now. Information is at your fingertips. Just go and search. How do I protect my music? How do I stream my music? How do I? And all the answers are there. You know what I mean? Just learn the game because, you know, there are vipers out there ready to, you know, take abuse of your thing. So I would say learn the game and come prepared because it's not an easy road.
Exactly. So true. Have you
So
ever?
what your bantan say, man? It's not an easy
Exactly.
road.
You know that,
When
right?
they see
No.
the glamour and the glitter and them, yeah, man, them don't know how hard it is, you know?
Very
Yeah.
hard, man. Have you ever had any experiences with those vipers out there? I've had a few, but how
I
about
have had quite a lot of run-ins, you know what I mean? But I don't let them deter me, you know what I mean?
never?
I really don't let them deter me. You know what I
Good.
mean? I'm a go-getter. I'm a work for my want in life, you know what I mean? As me write the song, say go get my own, you know what I mean?
Love the
You know what I
songs.
mean? It's so serious, you know what I mean? In the streets, me have to hustle every day, working real hard, because I have to get the paper, the money, you know? Tax
Hmm.
gone high, I mean, I have no elevator, so I have to go and put in the work, see me, you know? Look at money make, I have to get my own, you see? So it's as the song even said, that's what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Putting in the work to get my own, to build a legacy for me and my family and things like that, just the same, you know what I mean? So, can't stop.
No, man, which is right. Now, I see you said you were working with bands, and once you work with a band, you never stop. You already know how that goes. But will you be doing like any traveling um in Canada or even to the US? Are you able to come to the US and Jamaica?
Oh yeah, yeah man, I can travel anywhere. I'm a citizen
Oh
of
yeah.
Canada too, so yeah. Yeah man, I can travel. I have no issues traveling. Show wise, I have a few stuff doing locally because I still play the saxophone and piano, so I keep busy where those are concerned.
Good.
Read the singing, I have an injury, so I've not really taken a lot of bookings where that is concerned.
Mm,
But regardless, I'll be coming out. So uh, once the bookings come, you'll be one of the first person to hear about it now because, as I'm saying,
definitely.
you know, we're gonna utilize all the platforms that we have, all the connections we have. Yeah,
One link. Exactly, family. That's good. I'm glad that you can travel and off air you'll see what I'm talking about while I was smiling so much. Give thanks for that. And like I said, listen, we keep like sometimes people don't realize how we reason, but everything you say, I know it. I'm glad that you grace this platform to let everyone know, you know, who you are, where you coming from and everything. And speaking of where you're coming from, originally you're from JA, from Spanish Town, right?
yeah, man, Spanish Town. That's
All
where I'm
day.
from, you
Big
know.
up Spain. Must have. You know how I go.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
how long how long ago did you come a foreign? Migrate?
I migrate about I don't know 15 years.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
What did you notice that was different besides the cold weather? You know that.
I'm gonna be honest. When I first came to Canada, I didn't really find it that fun. You know what I mean? Jamaica is a more place of freedom. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's a lot of restrictions here that I didn't find back home. So initially, I didn't really. I can't say I was fond of it. You know what I mean? And with the music again too, honestly, Jamaica is a more faster lane where music is concerned. You know what I mean? Here people are very laid back and they have a set of music that they probably gravitate to. You know what I mean? So the reggae scene, even though there's a lot of talented artists here, there's not I wouldn't say a big spotlight that is, you know, pushed on it compared to like country music and all that stuff. I think, but you know, I think we're digging our way through. You know what I mean? We are piercing the walls that are there and we are getting through. You know what I mean? So I think more recognition is coming, and you know, I would love for people to know that there are talented artists here who have skills in the genre of reggae music and dancehall, and more light can be shed in Canada. And you know, I would love to see this jockey them really give us a strength. You know what I mean? It seems like you're beating against a brick wall and you're trying to get the music play. You could send out your songs, email blasts, you could reach out to people, you can talk to them even directly, you know. And you see some of the games that are playing out there, whether it's a payola thing or whatever, it's just so much barriers to cross over.
Yep.
And I can see where many people will get discouraged. Because sometimes I even feel that way, but because I know this is a gift that Jah give, because when I tell people I never went to school for music, you know what I mean? So me playing the piano or the keyboard or even singing, it's not like I got no tutoring where that was concerned. Most I could say, yeah, I sang in a choir, yes, I sang music and I mean, with words and things, but I didn't get no formal training, you know. My dream was one day to go to Edna Manley College. I played there several times with students there and on their final year show. And people even thought that I was a student there, but I was never. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. But you done, but you pick up everything. You know what they say, street side university.
That is it.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's a gift from God, you know. So
Good.
yeah, we can't give up on that.
Never, man. Listen, you're too talented and you sound too good and you're too real and your spirit is too pure. It's like, you know how it go. We gotta just fight because with this thing, with the bias, it make no sense. Cause see, I'm still affiliated with it. I'll probably go back on there soon, just so everybody can remember. Like where I'm at down here in Delaware, 1.6 million listeners weekly. That's a show that I've been doing for how much years with my brethren, you know, my mom's ex-boyfriend. So I'm gonna go in there and you know we have to play your music. But the reason I'm saying this is I am the same DJ, the same sound man as these people. And you know what I noticed? Whenever you try to like send music to them, they act like you are doing something wrong to them, like you disturb them or disrespect them. Bro, it never supposed to be like that. You know how sound thing go and DJ thing go. Whoever have the song that nobody else have, you kill the other one dead, musically. But these people, they want to play the same thing, same way. And then they wonder why nobody goes sound clash. Watch this. Amanda play Bunty, right? Now, how you counteract Bunty? You must draw for Beanie, Merciless, Ninja, Super Cat, Shabba, etc., right? They're going to go Bunty for Bunty for Bunty. That's no creativity. Everybody know if you play a Bunty, give me a Beanie. Oh, yeah, toe to toe, blow for blow. Then switch it up. They're clones of each other. And that's what they do when you're on these radio stations. Everything they playing is the same stuff. That don't mean it's good or it's a hit. Like, you know, people buy out the thing, and sometimes they don't have to buy it out. They program the people's like, there's no more creativity anymore. They just want to just say, oh, okay, such and such station's playing that, I'm going to play that. No, bro, don't go like that. You have to make that thing sound good. Pick up your brand, but they're not overstanding that. But, you know, that's how it go. And speaking of brand, do you have like any T-shirts or anything like that in the future?
I do have a clothing line. I have an actual brand, Heavy Unit Apparel. So if you look me up on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, there's a brand. So Heavy Unit Apparel has been my brand for a number of years now. You know what I mean? Okay. So I have a brand, and I have a slogan, person of substance slogan. So the first slogan that I have for the apparel was comfortable clothing for persons of substance with you in mind. And then I did a short version that says person of substance. I have that. But I have the brand with the logo with the two saxophone fused with the piano in the background and the HU heavy unit. Yeah, so it's there. So anytime I'm on the road, I have merch and everything, you know what I mean?
Good.
Love. Outside of music, I'm still a businessman, you know what I mean? So I'm still, in the industry of as an entrepreneur.
Which is right, because you know when you go sing and dance and play the music, obviously you have your apparel there. Because a lot of artists they miss out on that because they just take it for granted or just say, "Oh, I don't need that. I just want to worry about the bookings money." Yo, extra is always good. They don't realize that. That's a great thing. I'm glad you did that. So now let's see what else is out there, because there's so much questions I want to ask, but I just want to ask for the people, not for myself, because I'm too greedy.
It's alright, man. It's alright.
All right, good. Yeah. So who are your influences in music?
My influences in music. My dad, rest his soul, you know. I used to grow up, you know, seeing him DJ, you know. I used to see all them cats coming around him like Macadam and General Degree, all these guys used to come around and, you know, them always going to stage shows. You know, my dad was a DJ himself, you know what I mean? Nigga credit, you know. And, you know, when I look at even a youngster that I had around me before I migrated to Canada, who has launched out and been doing well for himself. Jamar McNaughton, aka Chronix.
Okay.
You know what I mean? A lot of people know that we are affiliates, you know what I mean? And you know, I listen to a wide variety of music. People think that if you're from Jamaica, it's more like you're listening to ska, reggae, and you know. But I listen far and wide. My music is not just limited to the islands. You know what I mean?
Which is right. Tell you the truth, if you're a real musician, you're gonna listen to it all. That's just comes part of the territory, because each genre is going to influence the other anyway. You know how it go?
Yeah, man. From gospel to reggae to R&B to rock, Afro beats, we were always listening these different type of music. From Fred Hammond, Bob Marley, you name it, you know what I mean? Peter Tosh, everybody, we were listening all these type of music. So I can't say one or two music, you know, influenced me. It's everything that I've heard over a time period, you know, that is deposited in me, you know, creates the person I am. Because I take a little bit from everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Love that, King, which is right. Now, is there anything else you would like to let the listeners know that we didn't hit on?
Anything? You know what? There's so much that we could talk about, you know. I could take the whole night to talk. But I have a talent, I have a skill that I want to share with the world. You know what I mean? I recently posted a thing on my status that, you know, I will be a household name. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And my success is one that is writing. You know what I mean? And you know, I want people to embrace my music. I want people to listen to my music, listen to the message, listen to the song. You know, because I try to make it as captivating as possible. You know, sometimes we can make music for ourselves, but not able to make music for others to enjoy. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I want to, you know, make sure when I put out music, it stays. It has a self-worth. You know, it has a shelf life that is beyond the beyond. You know what I mean? No limit. No limit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Which is right. We don't deal with no disposable music. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. But first, you know, you must send some big ups and how people can contact you via social media, etc., etc.
Yeah, man. I want to say thank you to the Reddss, you know what I mean? Because
Respect.
you give us, you know, a platform that we can easily come and share. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I would love to shout out, you know, my family, my team. You know, everybody was a part to play, whether you're mixing engineer, voice engineer. Whether I had to send some track for you to play some bass guitar and some drums or whatever. I want to big up all of the persons in my corner. My wife, who is also a graphic designer and photographer, she works on some other projects. For everybody that works on the artwork, if I start calling names, it's gonna take a while. But you know yourself, I just want to big up everybody that is out there that's playing my music. And for those who don't start playing it, I still a big up anyways. You know what I mean? But I just want this thing to catch a fire. You know what I mean? It's my song is playing in Africa and all. In so many places. Like I like the fact that they are gravitating, and sometimes them say, a king have honor in his own country. So maybe it has to burn inwards than outwards. But I'll work with it, whichever way it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try and continue to do good music. I can be found on say Instagram. I have about 3 pages there. Corden Barrett. So that's Corden Barrett. It's Corden Barrett on Instagram. Heavy Unit Apparel, that's a clothing line. Heavy Unit, one word. Heavy Unit Apparel and Heavy Unit Productions. You can find me there. Find me the same way on TikTok and Facebook. My music is out there on all streaming platforms. For the ones that is left up there, anyways. I know that How Long Will It Stay Away is still there. I have to reload some of these that I took down. But my productions are there. You can find some of the artists that I work with, like Medical, DJ Terry and Johnson. You know what I mean? I've worked with several. You know what I mean? And I look at man like Capital and Uri. One at June in 2016. I did some work on that track. Kurt Diamond, who won a few years ago. Again, also I did some work on those tracks. You know what I mean? Yeah, so you can find me by my name, Heavy Unit Productions, Corden Barrett. I'm right there. The number is 647-772-4020. Email address heavyunit1@gmail.com or heavyunit productions. It's so easy. Can't forget.
Yeah. And plus, them could have linked me too. Same way, exactly.
Link up Daddy Reddss, real boss. Yeah, man.
My family, again, I thank you very much. We're going to
Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure being here, you know what I mean?
Likewise. And this will go on the YouTube as well, like almost instantly. I'm about to chop this up. And again, thank you. And you will be that household name. I just have a vibes from day one. And more love, more life, more music. Dread out for now. Thank you, sir. Okay. One love. All right, people, that's Corden Barrett. And like I said, you can catch this on the replay on the YouTube, and I will post the link here. And like I said, my bro is doing this thing, and he's going to boom up like a nuclear, all right? So I'll be back to play some more music, but right now, more love, more life, more music. I am Daddy Reddss, the reggae ambassador, and I will always cause a musical massacre. Dread out for now. This is Meditative Dialogue.